I maintain that the reason why Russell Westbrook, especially in the last 4 or 5 years or so, has become a punchline to a lot of people, especially on NBA Twitter, is because specifically he played with LeBron James.
Message.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tyler Rose TV. If you're new to this channel, make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button to stay tuned for what I got in store. It's the best basketball show on YouTube. Let's go. Now for today's video, what we have, man, listen. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, because what Russell Westbrook has accomplished in his career, many people haven't thought that it was even possible. Do you understand that it hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson, right? Back in, I think, the 60s or 70s. So we're talking about a man averaging a triple-double for not only one season. I think at one point he did 2 seasons in a row, and then to complete his career, I think he did 3 to 4 seasons. And people make it seem like that's a stat that you can easily accomplish, and I think we overlook that. But one thing I think we also overlook is the fact that Russell Westbrook was playing at a high level before he joined the LA Lakers. He averaged 22, 11, and 11. And people tend to forget about that. And Rob G from The Odd Couple, he is a host, and I actually watch this show often, and I actually seen this clip a few days ago. I want to say it was yesterday or the day before, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. And I wanted to speak about it in today's video, so we're gonna run the clip for today's video. But I also want you guys to think about this, right? Russell Westbrook came off of averaging a triple-double. When he went to the Lakers, there was a lot of static around, AD, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron. And what happened? Things didn't work out. But also, what happened is I feel like people think only AD and Luka were there. Russell Westbrook is an MVP caliber guy. He was only 32 years old when he came to the Lakers. He was still in his prime. So when many people feel like that didn't count or that wasn't something, no, that's something that I feel like the media heads and all these people talk so negatively about Russell, is that we forgot that he was a superstar MVP caliber player joining AD and LeBron fresh off of a season where they won the championship. And then they lost the next year, but like fairly new from coming off of winning a championship. It's not like this guy came while AD wasn't there, and no, this is different. So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna get into the Odd Couple and their conversation. Let's do it right now. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. Welcome to Tyler Rose TV.
I maintain that the reason why Russell Westbrook, especially in the last 4 or 5 years or so, has become a punchline to a lot of people, especially on NBA Twitter, is because specifically he played with LeBron James. And it's not LeBron's fault specifically. It's not anything that he did or didn't do publicly or maybe even privately that I know about.
We know about Clutch Sports, though.
Is that LeBron James has a sea of sycophants, both on television, radio, podcast, print media, what have you.
Tell it like it is, Rob G. Tell them folks.
That are very quick to give him the credit when things go great, and even quicker to blame somebody else when they don't.
Okay.
And because Russell Westbrook and his style of play is very loud, when he makes a bad play or he misses a shot, it is also very loud. He does not just miss a shot softly off the front of the rim. He will hit the side of the backboard, right? He will not just turn the ball over in the flow of the action. He will turn it over with about 45 seconds left in a 2-point game.
Well, we're going to stay right here. We got more to go. We got more to go with this clip. We're going to stay right here. Go look up right now what Russell Westbrook averaged as far as turnovers and what LeBron did. So I just checked. It was even. When they played together, they had the same amount of turnovers per game. So yeah, Russell Westbrook might have a louder, like he said, more looking of approach when it comes to basketball. Hit the shot off the backboard. If he misses bad, he misses bad. Or if he turns the ball over, he's running so quick and he looks like he's out of control. And it's like, oh, but in the same time, in the same game, there was another player who probably had the ball in his hands more often than Russ, who averaged the same amount of turnovers. I guarantee if we go look it up, LeBron had more usage than Russell Westbrook did that year, but they averaged the same amount of turnovers. Do you know why? Because both people who are ball dominant are going to turn the ball over. It's inevitable. It's part of basketball. If you have the ball, you turn the ball over because you have the chance to turn the ball over. You get what I'm saying? Let's get back to the damn video.
right? Because he plays the first 47 minutes just as hard as he plays the last minute. And sometimes that's great. Sometimes it is absolutely horrible. But because he played with LeBron James and because he played with the Lakers, and because that tenure ended so spectacularly, the last few years of Russell Westbrook's NBA career has been people taking pot shots at him, people poking fun at him, anonymous scouts, GMs, and coaches.
Disrespect. It's called like it is. It's disrespectful.
Calling the Miami Heat and saying, if you want to win, you do not bring this guy to your franchise. And because of that, people have completely forgotten that Russell Westbrook, right now, amongst all-time NBA point guards, is first in points, first in rebounds, first in triple-doubles, fourth in assists.
Hell of a great career. Amazing career.
He and LeBron James, the only two players, the only two in the history of the NBA to have 25,000 points and 10,000 assists. People forget, again, because of the way things...
And he played less years and less minutes.
Spiraled out of control here in LA. That from 2016 to 2021, he averaged 26, 10, and 10 and made the triple-double a normal occurrence on a Tuesday night. His net rating was plus 6.7. So for all the crap people...
For all the stats guys out there, for all the analytics guys, a plus 6 point something.
People gave him about running around like a chicken with his head cut off. His teams were demonstrably better when he was on the court doing his thing than when he wasn't. He only played 65 games with the Washington Wizards. And yet he has shattered their franchise record for triple doubles.
That is crazy. One season. Let me remind you, John Wall played there for a lot more seasons. Bradley Beal played there for a lot more seasons. And one of the most popular podcast guys, Gilbert Arenas, he played there for multiple seasons. Not to mention Michael Jordan played there for multiple seasons. Chris Webber, when they were the Washington Bullets. One season, this man shattered the amount of triple doubles from people who played there for maybe 10 plus seasons. Close to it at least. If that's not something telling you how great of a player Russell Westbrook is, and I don't want to hear about chasing stats, because there's a man chasing stats right now, and we still call this man the greatest. Well, I damn sure don't call him that, but many of his fans do.
38 of them in 65 games.
Wow.
So while he may
38 triple doubles in 65 games.
Not be.
And then he went right to the Lakers. And then they said he's washed. How does that make sense?
LeBron James, he may not be Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Russell Westbrook is a damn good NBA player.
Damn right, man. Shout out to this guy right here, Rob G. I like watching the show. He's a good narrator. He's not usually on camera, by the way, but check out their show. I watch them very often. I know Rob Parker's on there. I know people might think, they don't watch him no more, but Rob Parker got some great takes. But let me talk about something real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Let me talk about something that I feel like is important. When you look at the time that Russell Westbrook stayed with the LA Lakers, he was 32 years old, fresh off of averaging a triple-double. You just heard what he did this season before. How all of a sudden we confuse the two. Number two, Russell Westbrook has that Mamba mentality. He don't have maybe the same set of skills that Kobe has as far as footwork and all that good stuff, but Russell Westbrook has the same mental motor of going at you, and he's a hell of a teammate. He will go through a wall for you if you're on his team, and I've seen that plenty of times and times again. And if this was a different era, I'll tell you right now, Russell Westbrook would be on the NBA roster right now, because any team would want a veteran leadership guy like that inside the locker room. Number three, ask yourself right now, before Russell Westbrook went to the LA Lakers, what were you thinking about Russell Westbrook? What were you thinking about him? What were the thoughts that came to mind? I'll tell you right now, the thoughts that came to mind was, Russell Westbrook is one of the most athletic point guards. He's a great player. He's a winning player. He goes the extra mile to win, and people tend to take that away because he might turn the ball over, which most turnovers come from point guards anyways. They usually are high in turnovers because they have the ball and they have a lot of uses, like I mentioned. But I'm telling you right now, The narrative surrounding Russell Westbrook was not the same after he left LA. All of a sudden, people would poke jokes on him online. All these damn LeBarbie fans got crazy with the disrespect, making it seem like he's the scapegoat for them not succeeding. How is he the scapegoat? He came into a situation with two guys who are top 10 in the NBA, Anthony Davis and LeBron, who won a championship. He comes into the situation, all of a sudden they don't win. It's because of Russell Westbrook. But he averaged the same amount of turnovers as LeBron. So they both have the same amount of turnovers, but one guy is getting blamed for being irresponsible with the ball, but the other guy is not. And we all know why, and it's because of the media. It's because the media decided to make Russell Westbrook public enemy number one. And what happened after that? Everyone decided to jump on a bandwagon to disrespect Russell Westbrook, a guy who was averaged a triple-double, who not even LeBron could do, and recently Nikola Jokic did it. But when he did it, it was amazing, to the point where he got MVP, to the point where he was bringing a Thunder team that didn't have any other superstars on that team into the postseason. Yeah, he didn't win any postseason games, but hell, it's going to be hard to win in that competitive West without having at least one other guy who's an all-star level, superstar level kind of guy. But Russell Westbrook, the disrespect needs to stop. I think his career, it could have looked at it a lot different. And I think going to LA hurt his career. I think it does hurt a lot of guys' careers if they go play with LeBron and they don't win in a certain light. And look at even Chris Bosh. Look at Kevin Love. The amount of disrespect I see people online making it seem like those guys were scrubs, as if Kevin Love didn't average 26 and 10 and wasn't, I think even 26 and 13 or 12 actually. And he was on a second team All-NBA. And even Chris Bosh, who was a second-team All-NBA power forward, averaging 24 and 10 before. These guys are the number two options, if not number one options, if they have a good season on a championship team. If they have a solid team surrounding those guys, they could be at least the number two, winning a championship. So let's not make it seem like these guys are just scrubs, and all of a sudden, because they play with LeBron and their numbers are going down because of the fact that he controls so much of the game, that they have to sacrifice their own offensive skill set, which is posting up, which is mid-range, all to accommodate one guy's legacy and ego. Now, let's not forget one more thing. Russell Westbrook, right, is a point guard. His position is to control the flow of the game. What is LeBron's job? Essentially, it's the same thing. So you can't have 2 point guards on a team. I think it worked more with Kyrie because Kyrie's a scorer. It worked with D-Wade because D-Wade's a scorer. He's a shooting guard. But Russell Westbrook is the only guy who's really ball dominant, where we've seen in the instance where, like, this is not really going to work. You might put Luka there as well because Luka's ball dominant. But the fact of the matter is, LeBron took a seat to Luka. He wasn't going to take a seat to Russell Westbrook. We knew that wasn't going to happen. So there you have it. I rest my case. Since LeBron joined forces with Russell Westbrook, his career has been on a lower trajectory, and it had nothing to do with skill or talent. All of a sudden, he should take a back seat, and he should come off the bench. He should take less shots, even though he just averaged a triple-double with the Washington Wizards. Even though he just showed how great of a player he could still be, he had to sacrifice. And then after that, everywhere looked at him and said, you got to take less money, or you got to be a guy coming off the bench, or you got to take a lesser role because of what we saw in LA, as if that's what his responsibility truly was on that team, was to sacrifice for AD and LeBron. But it made it seem like he was the guy that was essentially the problem there. And he wasn't. He wasn't the problem. The problem was everything didn't fit. But don't blame it on one guy because it's not a fit for everybody. So these are my thoughts. I rest my case. If you're new to this channel, you don't want to miss out on what I got for the show, for this YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody for joining. If you want to become a member of this channel, support it. I believe it's like $6.99. You can join and you can support this channel financially. And of course, by watching, subscribing, and hitting that bell, that always helps. And a thumbs up helps the algorithm. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.